We got another Amanda the Adventurer game theory from the one and only Game Theorist, in case you guys didn't know. You guys been sending this to me, so yeah, obviously we reacted to the last one they did, which wasn't that long ago, so, but now that obviously we have the new game, let's react to it. I'll link it down below, check it out before I do, if you haven't seen it already. Here we go.
Dear friend, welcome back to the neighborhood. Today we're going on an adventure. But first, we'll need supplies. Let's go to the store.
I love the intros, man.
On the equipment store.
Oh, that's not even it. Wait, equipment store? Boarding oh. It didn't do anything. It's broken.
That's right. We need to go to the sporting goods store. Today, we're going on a hunting adventure, so we're gonna need to protect ourselves. What
Are you going to hunt me, Matt Pat? Please leave me alone. Please don't shoot me with crossbow.
weapon should we bring?
Honestly, what is this? I don't even know what that is.
I think we'll need something a bit bigger than that.
We don't need that.
That's better. Look at that. We're ready to hunt. Where should we hide?
Under the bed. Like this is actually really like impressive. It's like it's like they recreated the whole game in their own style.
Too cramped.
I don't know. Who's this?
We can't hide back there.
We can't hide back there.
I'm waiting for you in your closet. Sweet dreams.
Matt Pat comes through.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to
Game Theory.
the show that regrets the things it had to do to make.
All right.
Gone are all the demonic drawings on the wall.
I wonder if we like.
Yeah, I remember this.
Oh, whoa!
Like the theory, right? I don't know if he's gonna say this, but the theory basically is that all of these demos that we've played, like this one, we had all the drawings on the wall, could just be a different house. But because we haven't actually went downstairs in the new house in the full game, we don't know for sure if like maybe the attic is this attic in this house. You know, we don't really know.
Oh, this is so different. Oh,
Seriously
they went
though,
hard on this new update.
It freaks me out so much.
Instead, the full-length version of the game has us in an attic full of clever puzzles and old memorabilia that has a weird habit of appearing behind us when we finish a tape.
Whoa,
Yes.
hey, there's a cake.
But the best
I love
thing to
that
come
part
out
of the
as part
game.
of the full-length version of the game, lore.
Yeah.
Not only are there a bunch more
Lots
tapes
of
to watch
lore
through,
about
there are
our
secret
dad.
tapes and multiple endings to find, and all of them paint a fascinating new story here. So, was my old theory right, or is there more hiding beneath the surface?
What was his old theory? His old theory is something about like, geez, I actually don't remember. I reacted to it and I don't remember. I think I agreed with most of it, whatever it was, if I remember. My theory is that Amanda is, I'm gonna go with she's not alive. It sounds like she's not because she clearly says that she's rotting out there. She can feel her body or something like that. It's almost like her soul is trapped in the tapes, but yet her body remains out there. And maybe we can't stop this curse, you know, the curse of the tapes until we actually find Amanda. When we do know the game is going to be updated. That's the most exciting part for me. So
Insert the tape.
I want to
press
see if that's
play, and
what he
adjust
says.
your tracking, my friends. It's time to begin.
Adjust
In
your
this new
tracking.
update,
God, kids these days don't understand what that is.
play as Riley, and that's about all we get to know about
Yep,
that character.
Riley.
Well, that and the fact that they just inherited
And
this
she has
house that
an
we're
Aunt
standing in
Kate,
from their
right?
deceased Aunt
Yeah.
Kate. However, Kate warns us that if we choose to investigate the attic and the tapes that lay within, there's no going back. Alongside this note's a conspiracy board full of post-its.
Yeah,
and
because the guy at
newspaper
the
clippings,
end,
which
the guy
means
at
that
the end
Kate
has
and I-
to. The guy at the end probably knows Kate and is like the what was he, like a librarian or a teacher or something like that? She explained, yeah, he'll go
The
into
main
it, I'm
focus
sure.
of the board at the beginning of the game is a letter from a woman named Joanne talking about her missing younger brother. The letter says that he used to watch the Amanda the Adventurer show a bunch as a kid, but would end up in a trance-like state.
Yeah, we saw it
Eventually,
in
he
a
would
tape,
disappear
too.
without
There was, like, a
trace.
girl watching
Joanne
him.
then asks Kate to investigate, which seems like an odd request for your local librarian. Then again, if you look around the corkboard, you could start to see why Kate may have been the one picked for the job. We see that she was looking into the kids' school records, something a librarian might have access to. We also see a
wow.
note that
Okay.
mentions Dinah-
All right, it's already blowing my mind. So all of this belonged to Kate. I don't know why I didn't put that together. Like, she was the one in doing the investigating. That makes sense. That's why she left a note. It's like, oh, you can't go back. All right. I don't know why I didn't put that together, but I guess I don't really use my brain a lot.
Kinesis, which is the supernatural ability to create and
Dynakinesis.
manipulate energy. She says that you would see sigils if such a transfer occurred, and right next to this note is a torn piece of paper with a bunch of sigils on them. These aren't just any symbols either. These are alchemical symbols that refer to specific
go.
elements. Back in the day, alchemists focused on the transmutation of base metals like lead into noble metals like gold. Clearly and
Oh my God. they straight up did alchemy in order to get Amanda's soul in the tapes. I was wondering, that was like one of the missing thing for me. It's like, I've always wondered, how do they get Amanda's soul in the tapes? Why are the tapes evil? That's the one thing that we don't really know. And okay, so they did alchemy. Oh my God. I mean, I say this so many times, but it's crazy how often I reference Full Metal Alchemist because of the similarities that a lot of things have with being evil and stuff, and, you know, binding things to things that don't exist, or that basically binding souls to inanimate objects, which is like basically what alchemy does, right? Or it can do. Just never really goes very well, which is why the tapes are evil. Just don't do it.
Kate ain't
Stop
your
doing
average
alchemy,
librarian.
everybody.
Too bad she's gone now, and it's up to us to figure out what's going on with this missing kid. Or should I say kids? Because it becomes very quickly apparent that this is not
all the kids
isolated
that basically
incident.
watched
The tape
it.
in the neighborhood shows outlines of kids on both sides of the street. Police chalk outlines that are usually reserved for dead people lying on the pavement. If you manage to find the corrupted
do we
version
really
of
know
this
they're
exact
kids,
tape,
though? Maybe
Amanda's
probably.
sheep companion Wooly asks if the friends can come back to the neighborhood. Amanda, though, she seems unfazed. Now,
That's
all of this
great.
alone doesn't prove that
Through this whole thing, Amanda burns Willie so bad all the time. Willie?
Hi, I'm Amanda. And I'm Willie.
Willie? Willie? That was part of the ripoff that we played. I'm Willie. No, Wooly. She burns Wooly so bad. She's like, sheep can't talk. Basically saying, shut up.
Amanda
I
is
love
somehow
that.
making a bunch of kids go missing, but I would tell you to pay close attention to the ending credits of that VHS tape. After most of the tapes that we play through, we're met with a credit sequence and ending sting.
Oh
for
my
the company
God,
that
they're all
made
the
the
missing
show,
kids.
Hamelin Entertainment. This is the production company that makes the Amanda the
They're all the
Adventurer
missing
show, but their
kids.
name and their mouse logo immediately reminded me of something.
Follow us to fun. So it's like a Pied Piper situation. Oh, Hamelin! Hamelin! And it's a mouse!
What? I don't get it.
If you,
I don't
like
understand.
Ash, don't know what's going on, this whole thing's one big reference to the story of
The
the Pied
Pied
Piper.
Piper.
Basically, this fairy tale is the story of the town of Hamelin. See, there's the name right there.
Okay, I don't know about
it's
this.
overrun by rats, and there's your logo. And so the town hires the Pied Piper to play his magic pipe to get rid of those rats. And he does exactly that. He
Okay.
plays a song that lures all the rats to him, where he then leads them down to the local river to drown themselves.
That's
However,
really what
when the
that's
town
about.
of
I've heard of
Hamelin
it, but
doesn't
I
pay
didn't
him
know
for
it was
his
about
services,
rats.
He once again uses his pipe, but this time he plays a song that leads all the children out of town.
And the song is the tapes, the Amanda the Adventurer.
Marches them all over to a local cave where they're never seen again. This story seems to match the idea that the neighborhood is now missing all of Wooly's friends. Amanda is essentially our Pied Piper, and we actually see this firsthand through one of the game's secret tapes that you can unlock.
Yeah, this
Instead of our
tape
usual
creeped me
CGI
out the
Amanda and
most,
Wooly
dude.
adventure,
This
we actually
one.
get ourselves
Look
a
at that
home
doll,
videotape
man.
of
That's
a girl
creepier than
named Lauren.
Clarence over here. I'm trying to include Clarence more. There we go. That's perfect for this video.
On her birthday, she's sitting there glaring at the TV, transfixed, much like we heard about in that note from Joanne at the beginning of the game. Her parents are trying to get her attention, telling her that
Got
they have
cake
her
and
favorite
ice cream.
ready, mint chocolate chip, which, whose favorite flavor is mint chocolate chip?
I wholeheartedly agree with that. Screw mint chocolate chip. Like, who wants to feel like you brushed your teeth while you eat ice cream? What sicko came up with that? All right, and I already know I just got 1,000 comments of people saying, oh, that's my favorite? No, my favorite is cookies and cream, okay? There's not a better flavor, or cookie dough.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong.
Your
but
flavor sucks. I don't care what it
flavor
is.
preferences aside, the parents go back up to try and convince Lauren to come down the stairs, but suddenly, she's gone. With the
Yeah,
front
she go out
door
the
of house
window?
left wide
Oh.
open. The last thing that we hear is Amanda from the TV saying, I love mint chocolate
Yeah, that's
chip."
the creepy
Somehow
part,
Amanda
dude.
is able to listen through the TV, and she's somehow lured Lauren, who's literally walked out the door and disappeared, just like the children of Hamelin. As you watch more of these secret
So
tapes, we actually get to
creepy.
see a little bit more insight into Hamelin Entertainment and the history of the show. In one of the tapes, we actually meet the creator of the series, Sam Colton.
In a very
and we hear about
awkward
how he started
interview.
the show as a small live-action
Yeah.
production after being inspired by his adopted daughter, Rebecca.
Did you even imagine that
He
would be
seems
such
so
a big
nice, but he's
sensation?
not.
Honestly, Sadie, no, it was a total surprise. I mean, it's scrappy at best. You know how it is when you have a big idea and a little budget. But really, it's all Rebecca. As soon as I met my beautiful daughter, the inspiration was there. You know, she was so young when I adopted her. And despite what she's gone through, she's always seen the world with such kindness and joy.
You actually find a newspaper clipping on the conspiracy board in the attic during the time puzzle, which has an interview with Sam, where he says this, quote, "We may not have the budget for a big production, but I truly believe there is a soul that transcends
Oh
that."
my God.
Keyword alert. Keyword alert.
Why is he doing alchemy? Seriously, why is he doing alchemy? Where did he learn this?
Anytime an indie horror game mentions the word soul.
Oh my god, it is so similar, isn't it? No wonder why I've referenced Full Metal Alchemist so many times. Yeah, the soul binded to the drawings of Bendy the Ink Machine, the soul's binded to the animatronics, and well, I need to refresh myself on Andy's Apple Farm, but yeah, it's all similar.
You know that things are gonna end badly. And sadly, my suspicions were correct here. In the VHS tape, Oh No Accidents, there's a flash frame that reveals a credit for a chief neurosurgical expert, which at first glance would make you go, why does a kid's show need that? But Amanda eventually answers that exact question for us in the tape, Everything Rots.
Sometimes
I can feel myself.
rotting, but it feels far away.
If she can feel her own body rotting far away, that means that Amanda has a physical body outside of the show. And who else is that gonna be but the girl that played Amanda in the original live-action production, Rebecca.
Yeah.
I suspect that this chief neurosurgical expert has figured out a way to put her mind, her consciousness into the series, literally becoming the soul of the
and we can't forget about Poppy Playtime. They literally have a place in the game where you find where they do the operations. Yeah, they just turn them into toys, which is also very creepy. This theme gets used a lot, and it's always creepy.
Show. She still does have some sort of link to her body, able to feel it rotting. But clearly, that's not supposed to exist, as the tape distorts anytime
they took her to a room and they interrogated her. Not interrogated her, but it almost like seemed like they wanted to sign her up for something. Maybe her dad like pressured her to get into this experiment that's, you know, done by these, I don't know, weird scientists that maybe work for Hamelin.
Be rotting, clearly there's still a chance to save her. In the final tape, we see Amanda playing alone on a couch, drawing with crayons and asking
I'm
if we
still
can
out
share
there.
secrets. If we say yes, the TV audio effects disappear.
Do you really
want to
know my
She
secret?
tells us,
I'm out there. Somewhere.
It says perfectly clear.
Rebecca is alive. Sure, her body might slowly be atrophying and her mind might be separated from her body, but there is still time to
I guess she
save
could
her.
still be
That
alive,
said, we're gonna
huh?
have to
Right?
face the
I
evil
guess
that's
so.
up ahead if we hope to do it. What is that evil? Ask yourself this. Why would Sam, Rebecca's seemingly loving adopted father, do this to her? Was it just to make the show more popular? Did he need to gather
'cause,
more
like, he
children
seemed
to him
like a
the
great
Pied
guy.
Piper? I know we talk a lot about awful father figures across the various series
No,
that we
not
cover on the
purple
show,
guy.
but I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, this
Michael!
will be a little bit different. Thankfully, it is. The indie horror gods heard my plea with this one because it turns out that Sam isn't the one at fault here.
Wait, I'm only guilty for eating those delicious homemade cookies. Yeah, they talk about cookies. Yo, it's kind of crazy that like I've played all of these series and I've loved them all. Like FNAF, we recently played all the FNAF games. Like it was like last year, but I really enjoyed the FNAF games and obviously Doki Doki and Bendy. So it's like I was destined to be here. I feel like reacting to this.
Is no longer the one steering the ship. Yes, Amanda the Adventurer was his live-action production, but he sold it to Hamelin Entertainment. Hamelin is a third party that actually bought out the rights to the show and turned it into an animated
But
adventure.
how does he get it? You get someone's
Hamelin Entertainment
soul.
purchased rights
Did
to
they
the
not read the
live-action program
contract?
starring Colton's daughter Rebecca. As budget and production value increased, Hamelin reimagined the show as an animated series, planning to syndicate the program nationally.
Well, this
Why did
sounded
they
like
need a soul
everything
to
that
do
Sam
that?
wanted on paper. In practice, he started to feel more and more uncomfortable with how the production was being run. In the green tape, we actually listened to a recording session.
Yeah,
There,
okay.
we hear Rebecca saying a handful of what seemed like random
Weird
phrases.
stuff. Yeah, she was saying random stuff.
Let's move on to the next one. What is this? What is she reading? Just a few simple words. This script is specifically tuned to train the technology's dynamic voice.
Oh, see. Okay, I'm not exactly sure because I'm not super knowledgeable on this, but before MatPat basically confirms it, you know how they can train AI with like real voices and stuff, right? Is she saying these random things in order to get the phonetic sounds of her voice? That way they can like basically put it into like some sort of AI thing where it can actually say the words right. I don't know if I'm explaining myself right, but I feel like that's a thing that people do. Like, I know they did it with like Darth Vader back in the day. Well, AI is kind of crazy these days. I feel like you don't even need to do this anymore. But I feel like that's maybe how they do it. They just get you to read these weird things to make the mouth sounds. That way they can sort of combine it. That way it'll sound natural. That's what I think.
The what? I want this to stop. Sam, why don't you take a walk for a few minutes?
The person directing claims that this is to train the technology's dynamic voice reactions, which is plausible, I suppose, given the rise in AI voices that we see all over the internet. However, this series...
Either that or she was reading off a spell. She was reading off a spell to freaking transfer her soul into the tapes. You know, we're going to get there somehow. I just don't know how that's going to
The adventure is set in the early 2000s. Technology was not that advanced back then, so Sam is right to be suspicious of it all. And then Rebecca says this.
No, I don't want to do that.
Rebecca, what's wrong? Who are you talking to?
The man in the headphones.
This ends the session, but listen again to those phrases that Rebecca was saying earlier. At first, they seem phrases that could be used in pretty much any episode. Ba lamb for when they go to the farm, pie man.
Jump scare.
And for when they go to a bakery or bake some pies like they do in the first VHS tape. So what's the big deal here? Well, what if I told you that these phrases actually have a secondary meaning? All three of them, Bael, Pie Man, and Balam, are phonetic ways of pronouncing the names Bael, Paimon, and Balam.
Paimon? Is that for Genshin Impact? What the heck?
Demons from the Ars Goetia. Chanting the names of demons has always been part of some
I guess it's
about these sorts of
she
things
was
in
chanting
pop
a
culture
spell, dude.
contexts, and that's exactly what Hamelin's trying to do here. Why else would there be a containment specialist that's listed in the credits of the initial Neighborhood video? After chanting the words, Rebecca hears the voice of a man in her headphones, one of these demon kings, all of whom are described as having a hoarse voice. While all of these demons are certainly different,
that's
they
terrifying.
do share a couple of similarities. They all control large legions of lesser demons. They're all able to inform or give the gift of knowledge. But most importantly, they all require hosts to manifest. And usually this involves children, either as sacrifices or to physically be the host. That is what Hamelin are doing here.
This confirms it. Yeah, so this confirms that Sam was a good guy. He was like, what are you doing? He didn't feel good about this either, for a good reason. So he never wanted to put his daughter in this situation, although he definitely did agree to it, right? So he should have read the terms of service or like understand what they were doing. But yeah, so they set out to create a show that was actually not evil, and then the Hamelin turned it evil. And it's like natural that he would sell this to them if he, got paid a lot of money. But God. My God, this is crazy. Why is Hamelin so evil?
Needed Rebecca and the other children to become hosts and sacrifices in order to summon these demons.
And that's where all the eyes come from? But no, what about the people?
These children would
that makes sense. Because that's so all the eyes are the children? That's what I thought that was the theory. So, okay, I'm just curious. I don't know.
Slaughter, which is why no matter what location you pick, it always leads you back to the butcher. The eyes on those meat products aren't just a cute aesthetic choice, my friends. Those are past victims. Past children that have been led to the chopping block. However, there was one thing that stood in Hamelin's way: Rebecca's father, Sam. I would suspect after this sort of incident, he wanted to pull Rebecca from the show, maybe even find a way to pull the rights entirely. And so, as most of these evil companies tend to do, they made him disappear.
It's been 3 weeks since local television producer Sam Colton was reported missing. And authorities still have no leads.
Sam was so happy with the idea that his show could be a bigger success that, much like the fox in the video Everything Rots, he wasn't killed by a knife, he wasn't killed by a gun, he was instead lured in by Hamelin using sweet berries. The sweet lies that would convince him that they would turn his show into something bigger. But instead, it was all a big trap. A trap created by the very people that swore to help him. And then, with Sam out of the picture, Rebecca is all alone. They can get her to sign along the dotted line and do whatever they want with her, trapping her in the Hamelin facility, just like the lonely kitten that Amanda so desperately asks us to help.
Kitten is alone. There is no one to help her. Will you help the lonely kitten?
Oh, dude.
Won't you help the lonely kitten? Won't you help the lonely kitten? Won't you help the lonely kitten?
However, unlike silly
dude, that actually makes us so much more sad, actually. Like, that actually really is so sad, because the parts where she's like gets serious like that, she's like crying and stuff like that, like maybe that's her crying for help. Oh, that's so jacked up. I still think the guy at the end, which I'm hoping to God he knows about it. I know we reacted to Miss Lemons, and I don't think he finished that game, so I'm hoping he finished this one, because I think the guy at the end, it would make sense that it could possibly be her dad. That's what I think so.
Mr. Fox, I don't think that this was the end for Sam. I suspect that he's still around, keeping a close eye on things and trying to take him down from the inside. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, he's probably hiding from
Sam
Hamelin.
Is the real identity of Wooly. Wooly spends the entirety
whoa,
of the
whoa,
game.
whoa,
I
whoa.
believe
What'd you
that
just say?
Sam, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that Sam is the real identity of Wooly. Wooly spends
What?
the entirety of the game trying to keep Amanda on track. When she begins to discuss topics that aren't appropriate for a kid's show, like death or rotting, Wooly is very quick to interject. He tries to get Amanda back on the...
I don't know about this one. I believe that, yeah, he does want to help Amanda, but he clearly also wants to get away from Amanda. That's what I think. He seems more scared of Amanda than anything. Like he doesn't want to be there. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna need some more evidence. It's not over yet, but I just don't know if I agree with that one.
Good and wholesome path.
Men can die if they don't get enough light or water, or if they get a disease.
Let's go back to our nice picnic. Amanda, nothing is rotten here.
He's like, I never got the feeling that he talked to her like a dad.
Everything rots?
Of course not, Amanda.
I'm not asking you. Answer my question.
You don't have to answer that.
This strikes me not as the actions of a fellow child, but rather of a parent. We hear a story during one of the secret tapes about
I mean,
how after
yeah,
Sam's
I could see
disappearance,
that
Sam begins
maybe
to
a little
change,
bit,
starts to talk about
but-
inappropriate subjects. This is not the show that Sam built, and he can see that. Wooly doesn't just play the killjoy either. He's also the one that tries to help Amanda by keeping her calm. When Amanda loses control, the monster comes out, and Wooly knows it. So when she starts to forget things or remember the bad stuff that's happened because of her, he desperately tries to make her happy again.
I think Amanda is confused. Here's a secret. It's my birthday. Maybe we can help her out.
Sounds to me like the actions of a concerned father. He knows what Amanda is and what'll happen if the monster's let loose, so he steers Amanda and the player towards positive and happy subjects in order to keep that beast at bay. But the monster and Hamelin are fighting back. In their visit to the farm, Wooly is constantly being silenced. Amanda tells him that sheep don't talk, and as we go through, he begins to baa uncontrollably until he becomes another mindless sheep like all the rest, finally falling in line with Hamelin's plan. It's actually pretty diabolical. You're wanting to turn Rebecca into Amanda, so why not test out that mind transfer ability on someone you don't mind accidentally killing if it goes wrong? Notice that it's
Unless he has an explanation for the guy that shows up at the end that I would agree with, I don't really agree that Wooly is Amanda's dad. It just, I don't know, that just doesn't feel right. I could be wrong, and I think it's like small chance that could be true, but it just doesn't feel right to me.
once Wooly becomes
Everything
a true
else you've
sheep
said
that we
has
see
been like,
Amanda
I
asking
kind
to
of
help the
mind-blowing,
poor, lonely
really.
Kitten, the kitten that represents her. Now that Sam is gone, she's truly alone, asking for someone, anyone to help her.
But he's not. He's literally right here. In fact, Amanda's the one that put him right there. Look, that's him.
Wooly becomes a true sheep that we see Amanda
Oh,
asking to
yeah, well,
help
he
the
does say
poor
it,
and
but-
lonely kitten, the kitten that represents her. Now that Sam is gone, she's truly
But yeah,
alone,
that one,
asking
I don't
for
know, man.
someone, anyone to help her.
It looks like this kitten is in big trouble. It might die before anyone can help it.
But hey, well, Riley really
didn't even
did
talk-
luck
no,
out
wait,
just
please
being
tell me.
Gifted a house
Where is
by
it?
their
Where
aunt.
is it? Where is
Sadly,
it?
we're not all that lucky. We just get the house of your dreams thanks to today's sponsor, Sofa. We're
Oh,
not
no.
poor and controllably.
No. He didn't even mention the guy at the end. My guess is Wooly is just like another person that was taken that maybe has become a little more self-aware, because it's clear that Wooly tries to warn us multiple times. Like, remember the trash can part where he's standing like in the alley? He's like, wait, we don't have very much time. And then he does the same thing in the playground. And then Amanda caught on. You know what I mean? But if we go to this really handsome YouTuber reacting to it, he's very handsome. Now look, doesn't that look like a person that's in hiding? They are literally covering their face. This is like a high chance. I don't know why MatPat didn't know about this, or if he's gonna make another theory video. I feel like he just didn't beat the game or something like that, because there's no way, right? There's no way you don't talk about this. But what I think this is Amanda's dad's coming back, right? To say that, oh, you know, well, I know how to help. We need your help to come and get Amanda back, because obviously we broke the TV. I would like to think the TV's not really part of it. It's really the tapes. So I think the curse probably is still there, but it needs the TV in order to maybe channel the whatever curse that causes people to chase it. And another thing too that I wanted to talk about as well is that we know it's not just children. At least like not young children. There's, I think, adults, possibly, right? Well, let me show you. So I'm reacting to like the secret tapes, right? And here's another thing. I know these are old and you can't really technically call these part of the game, I don't think anymore, but like, look at the way that Wooly responds to Amanda. Like, that doesn't sound like a dad.
I don't care what you do to me. You, take the tape out now and destroy them. Burn them. Whatever. Just get rid of these other tapes. Do you hear me? You can't let anyone else watch these. Let anyone...
Yeah, so Wooly sacrifices himself right there. And then here we have right here. This is, it sounds like an adult man, or at least a teenager at the very least. But he tries to burn the tapes and he can't do it. Because he's like maybe infected by the curse. But why didn't, like, does he run away? I think he does at the end. So yeah, he tries to burn them, we know that. Can't.
Hey,
and then he lies about it.
Yeah, I found the place. It was just off the highway. Yeah, not too far. I wasn't that far. Yeah, no, they're all, hold on, what? Was I followed? No, I don't think so. Who'd be following me? No, nobody was there. It was just me.
Why are they asking him if he's followed anyway? And who is he actually talking to? Again, this is part of the old game technically, so we don't really know if this is even part of it. But I think it could give us some clues.
Yeah, no, the tapes are all destroyed too. They're gone. Get home. I got work tomorrow.
But hey, that's just the theory of Bijuu theory. I agree with everything MatPat said. I actually like a lot of the stuff that I did not know about the whole thing with the Pied Piper. That sounds completely like, I 100% agree with that. But I just wish he would have pointed out the guy at the end. And I'm hoping that maybe, I'm sure he will if he does another theory, because maybe he just didn't know about it. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think down below. And yeah, check out Game Theory if you haven't already. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, I think everyone at this point has. But yeah, I'll link it down below, and I'll see you scrubs in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye now.